Hey guys, it's Chris, and welcome to the first edition in a new series I've decided to start up on the channel called Fixing Action. This is where we take a look at action sequences from certain movies that have the potential to be good, but for whatever reason, be it piss poor editing, poor use of cinematography, not very good staging, just falls short. And of course, we're aiming for the top tier of bad action right off the bat with Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. This is in the film's opening scene, and as you watch the way this scene is shot and edited, I want you to take into consideration somebody was paid money to make it look this disorienting. Somebody was paid money to film it this way, somebody was paid money to edit it this way, and a room full of test audience members and Hollywood executives looked at this scene and said, "Oh yeah, that looks acceptable to put in a movie."
Bullshit!
Not quite so much. So I'm going to take you through this scene and basically just go over what I would do differently. And before you ask, well, who are you to tell a group of Hollywood professionals what to do? First off, I'm a guy who watches a shitload of movies, and I'm able to pick up on certain things, on what does and does not work. So, there's that. So let's begin. There's Alice, Miss Mila Jovovich. So right away, there's an issue. And this goes back to an issue I brought up when I reviewed Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. This movie is over-edited as hell. Which I suppose is par for the course when your editor unironically calls himself Doobie. But let's actually count how many edits were in that one bit. So I just counted up from the moment the monster pops up out of the rubble. I counted 10 cuts. 10. Which is wildly unnecessary. So what would I do different? Well, let's start with... Well, first off, I would position the camera behind Alice, kind of panning around the rubble. She probably senses that there's something in there that she doesn't exactly want to encounter. And then boom. Would I make an edit here? Would I make a cut here? No. I would actually keep the camera firmly behind Mila Jovovich. And we know this monster is going to be CGI when it pops out of the rubble anyway, so what I would do is I would keep its form hidden in the shadows, so we don't exactly know exactly what it looks like yet. Something that a lot of contemporary filmmakers, I think, forget when it comes to horror is that it's not what you actually see that is terrifying, it's what you don't see. Fear of the unknown is one of the most penetrating terrors you can ever experience. Just ask the last guy who tried to upskirt Kamala Harris. So, we're keeping the camera firmly behind Alice with the silhouette of this monster popping up out of the rubble. Now let's keep going. Now, I still wouldn't be making an edit. The scene would still, the shot would still be playing out with the camera following Mila as she races out of the building into the Humvee, towards the Humvee, and then into the Humvee as this looks like a CGI mock-up of the building, being destroyed by the creature. I certainly wouldn't go for CGI. That actually might be why there's so much editing in this movie, is because they're trying to mask all the crappy CG. Shot still unbroken, but in my version of the scene. Shot still unbroken. We're just following Alice out of the building towards the Humvee. Definitely would not show the monster this in all its form this quick. I would probably have Alice. She's not supposed to be looking directly at it. She's just trying to get the fuck out of there. So just have the camera follow around to the back of the Humvee as she immediately gets in, and kind of do like a Children of Men thing where the camera just kind of pans into the back of the Humvee. If you can't physically actually have the camera just go in there and keep the shot going, then you can always mask a wipe transition when it passes the door frame. That's kind of what they did with the one take in Children of Men when Clive Owen gets out of the car. And again, so now with the camera in the back, I would kind of have it push forward a little closer to the front, kind of panning up so we can see the shape of the monster as it looks down at her, charges forward, and in the rear view mirror you can get a nice image of the panic in Alice's face. You can still have Mila's hand in frame as she's fiddling with the ignition. And from the back of the Humvee, because the shot is still not being broken, just have her, of course, do the reverse, do the 180 as the monster charges her, then flies by. We can see it just fine through the windshield, but we still don't fully, because of the filth on the windshield, we still don't completely know what it looks like. We have an idea. We have a taste. We have a taste of the monster's full appearance. Still in the back seat, still camera in the back seat, and just have her gun it, kind of pan down to the claymores in the back seat. She can hear, you could have them rattling a little bit so she can hear there's something back there, and then just kind of look up, see her turn. Oh, hey, I got some claymores in the back. I could probably use those. Still unbroken shot in the back seat. So you could have the, I guess, claws. You could have like prop claws or CG claws coming in. I would probably have like an off-camera, like industrial magnet to pick up the Humvee and kind of carry it along there, down that roadway, to make it look like this creature is picking it up or trying to pick it up off the road. And then, of course, have the roof tear off, because that is what happens. And as the roof tears off, I should say, have the camera kind of turn a 180 and pan up so that we can actually see this thing. And of course, having it snap at Alice. And while it's snapping at her, of course, have the camera pan back so that it's facing forward. Have the camera positioned in the back seat, showing the remains of the helicopter coming forward towards the vehicle, and then pan out to show the monster in the rearview mirror as it flies directly into it. And then pull back inside to facing forward as Alice does the 180 here. And I would probably have a nice shot of, like, push forward, show the rear view mirror Alice's face, and slowly pan down as the creature's trying to get up to show her hand on the gear shift, and then quickly pull back up as she crashes into it. Of course, have it just snap back awake, just pan up to have it snapping at her. Have the camera pan out of the window, just pull out of the window and pan around to the side, to the driver's side window. She would see like a part of the claymore right there on the passenger seat. Have her grab it and stick it on the windshield, jump right out. As she's running out, of course, running back, the camera following her as she's running away from the Humvee. Have it blow and then launch her into orbit, and then you do the cut. Then you do the cut and show the explosion. So yeah, that's all of that action. You don't need to do that many edits. You just need, all you would really need is one shot. It's kind of sad when a rank amateur like me can come up with a better way to shoot and edit an action sequence than so-called professional filmmakers. But let me know what you guys think and what you would probably do differently, and I'll see you later.